It's live, man. Okay, sorry about that, everybody, but I had a phone call that I had to pick up, otherwise my phone was just going to keep ringing. And I forgot to mute it so there's no echo. Because this is how I get things done. It's all a damn mess. Like I said in the introduction to this video, because God forbid I'm able to get one done in one shot, there's going to be some things that you might deem graphic. It's not that big of a deal. I'll put an age restriction on the video just in case, but if you happen to be watching this while it's live, just a heads up for you so you know. Now, I'll do my best to get over to the chat when I can, just to make sure that none of you guys are saying anything. But like I said, this was a painting that was done. We should have the picture in here someplace. We'll probably get to it. But I'm going to cruise through this channel so that you can see it and check it out. I'll go through a lot of these, but if you like any of this, you can go hit the Instagram. You see the name is right there. There's also a link to this page in the description of the video. Now, this one was actually a project that was supposed to be made for somebody. They wanted to do some type of a adult
fantasy sexual novel.
Yeah, so there that is. She wound up backing out of it after, I think, the fourth or fifth draft, which is really not the way business is supposed to be done. But you're always going to have those kind of people. There's nothing you can really do about it. Either way, it's still something that could be put up on the page. All this is done pretty much freehand and just buying discussing whatever the ideas are. So if any of you guys that are watching this now and you are interested in getting something drawn up, you can reach out. I have a Twitter page, obviously the Instagram or the YouTube comments.
Also, I have my newest one from the program Critter or Critter.
Yeah, that should be on here.
I don't know how.
You're talking about the one from Halloween or newer than that?
The one I was working on Halloween, the one with dicks for horns.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that one.
I just didn't know how that whole thing works.
So now this I wanted to show you also this was another part of that idea that we just had mentioned before, that somebody wanted for part of their adult fantasy novel thing, whatever it is. So when she was doing this, she actually put out three different positions for an idea and for styles. A character. What?
And styles.
Yeah.
Different outfits, hairstyles, even the looks.
Yeah.
Because she wanted, which one is that? She wanted a sexy Indian one, so she wanted this one.
Which one?
The middle one.
Number 2.
Yeah. But she was like, it's between number 2 and number 3. But she liked number 2 better. Except she wanted it with short hair. But then she was like, but I don't want to pay you anything, because we grew up together.
Yeah, which for those of you that don't know, it's not an excuse. Again, it's not that
she wanted 400 pages of illustration done for free.
Yeah, that's wild. You can't expect that to be done for free, dude. Friends or no friends, you have a big project like something like that done, dude. There's got to be some type of exchange that takes place. It's different if you're just looking to get something drawn up or maybe an idea for a tattoo or something like that. But you know, again, just not the way business is done. And in this, I think, is just kind of drawings like this just kind of show you what the, I don't want to say what the talent can be. I don't know really a way to put it. Like
Oh
that's
yeah, that one is from elementary school.
all right. Well, yeah, but
I should have 6th grade.
I should have said something about that. That some of this stuff that is on here ranges in time. Like the one that I just showed you before.
That was last winter.
Yeah, last winter, and this was last winter as well. And this one is back in the day. This is actually, I have this mask in the house somewhere. I should have put, when we took this, and well, when I took the picture, she drew it. I had nothing to do with that. I can't draw for shit. But I should have put a side by side up there so that you can see it.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the double where you can put up double pages at the time. It was a whole separate app when Instagram did that. And if you look down here, you can see there are dates on them, but this is just,
some of them have dates.
You can't go by, no, I'm talking about the date stamped on the page. You can't go by that. All these were done on a completely separate time, and I just happen to I upload a lot of these in bulk just because, you know, it's easier to upload a few different pieces at a time so that you can get a variety in there so that you can try to expand your audience.
And the dates that are on there are, you know, an estimate of a time that I was, you know, or the year that I could have did it. You know.
You know, and then you can see Angry Bird. That is, I think, from the first one.
That was when Spencer and Justin were about 5.
Yeah,
well, so, you know, 5, 6 years old. Because that's one of my old books, my art books.
Yeah, so it's going back at least like 8 years.
I think that was done in one of my fashion books.
But there's another one from one of the newer games that they put out where they mixed Star Wars with Angry Birds.
It was the first year that they released the Angry Birds Star Wars one.
One of the kids is crazy about that shit.
Justin.
And he wanted it drawn for him, so there that is.
And that was just out of memory.
But this was something
that you wanted.
A concept that I kind of came up with for a t-shirt. I mean, if you're looking at it, it doesn't really look like a whole lot, but I just basically gave her a description of, you know, when I think about ideas a lot for t-shirts and hoodies and shit, because there's not, I think, a lot of cool stuff.
And because I can do that. Yeah, that kind of stuff too. I made your sweater.
But this, I'm gonna get to that. We have pictures of that in there from, I think, last winter, which it's changed now. I might turn the camera on temporarily so that I could show you what it looks like now from what it originally was. But this was just an idea kind of based off addiction a little bit. I mean, this is, you can see the label for the pill bottle. You know, somebody is trapped in there, and then there's the shadow is supposed to represent, because this is who they were before versus who they are now because of the addiction. And then this could be alcohol or whatever substance. I mean, you could see that as a styrofoam cup for the people that drink lean or shit like that.
Because this was to one of somebody that OD'd, I guess, if I remember correctly. You know, they were doing drugs and alcohol, and the mixture, you know, was so dangerous it killed them because it was like some type of some like medication that they were on that they weren't supposed to drink.
Well, they were on it, yeah. This is pretty cool, I think. It looks like you know, like a off-brand Daffy Duck kind of. You can see it in the
I want to say middle school, high school.
In the eyes, in the beak. I like the idea of that he's ripping his own feathers out. I mean, if you're getting shot at as often as he gets himself into shit, you'll probably be ripping your feathers out too. But I mean, you can see that the range is all over the place.
And I don't have a style. And I think that is a type of style.
That's by Ugly Mug from Halloween. She did the face paint for that because I don't. Anybody that saw
kids paint.
Anybody that saw the video that I had up earlier that I did on my phone before I deleted it, I don't have steady hands. This one
was an idea for a competition from Drawing with Jezza.
Oh, I'm sure the people that are into art, you know that guy, who he is. He's got an art channel and puts out challenges a lot of the time. So, shout out to that dude for being active in the art community.
But that one was his the last Valentine's one with Deadpool and
Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Oh, that's a brushed up version of her, obviously.
Well, that was one of them.
Yeah. This could be. I don't remember what we were. I think we were doing a decal.
I was teaching you how to draw.
Trying.
And this was the character we picked.
Yeah. Thought it would be easy.
Yeah, but you did do good.
Yeah, but that's not mine though. But yeah, just to be clear, that's not me. That's still art.
But we used it for a when I made your phone case at a hot glue.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Which we might have pictures of that somewhere.
That one was for Justin.
Yeah, you had it backwards. The Sonic was for Justin, the Angry Bird was for Spencer.
Oh yeah.
But this is obviously just. Sonic. He wanted a ring to be in there somewhere, so that's the purpose of why it's positioned the way that it is.
And have always trying to make it dematerialize, with the sparkles that the game does, because that's what he wanted, But he wanted the sparkles to look like little rings, and I'm like, yo, that's too much, and it won't look good.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, that really looks good. With the, no, I mean like the ring.
No, but it's fine though. I mean, it serves its purpose.
I realized that eyebrow is way too dark.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, the rest of it.
Yeah, well, and that was the first draft. That I did.
Oh, this is the one I was alluding to earlier. This is not even what wound up being the finishing product.
Well, yeah, of course, because there's stuff in the background and.
No, but I'm trying to make the point so that you can see the steps that go into making stuff like this, where it goes from pencil to color, and then usually.
I hope I did something with that, little crack.
Each part is redrafted again to be redrawn and then painted or whatever the next step is going to be for it, so that changes can be made or whatever the case might be as it goes along.
And to clarify, I don't have acrylic retardant, so that is just all basically water and the acrylic paint. And I don't know how to work with acrylic paint. I just work with pencils and markers.
Yeah, I'm sure the people that are out there that know.
So, this is like a rough draft of acrylics. Besides my minor attempts when I was younger.
Alright, I can flip that around.
Chip.
Yeah, I realize now I should have flipped that around. You kind of have to cock your head to the side a little bit, but I mean, you can see that the detail is clearly there.
I got the idea from a thing that I seen when I was looking at poses, for guys, and for some reason, a chick like that came up, and she had the same bandit suit thing on. It was way better driven
drawn
than mine.
There's another
That's
idea.
all mine.
Just a lot of weird shit, Halloween kind of style stuff.
This one is like a persecution of women. Like women always, cause death, heartbreak, shit like that, and we're always getting crucified for being a woman, and that's supposedly, what it stands for.
There's not always a clear message behind these things. I started out with this on the original video, but that was just to show
that was gonna be on the shirt.
Yeah, like Gangster Mario, I think
that
shit
one has
like
to
that
be worked out more, but
is awesome. I know this is more simple, quick type of a sketch where it doesn't really go anywhere. Sometimes, I mean, I write so I can understand the point of wanting to get an idea out of your head so you can move on to the next thing.
I wanted her to be a fairy, but then that's why her back is shown like that. Because I want her to be basically flew herself up to the tree branch. But then I was like, I actually like that pose just like how that is. And that's our cat, Stella. Anytime I try to draw, paint, or even work on the new program on the computer with just a mouse, not even with, a drawing tablet.
I'm sure some of you will recognize that face if you're into Let's Plays and stuff on YouTube. That's supposed to be a portrait of Jacksepticeye.
And that was a real quick, shot of him with a beanie, you call it?
Beanie, I call it a skull cap.
Yeah, but what was those with the longer backs?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's different names for them. And everywhere you go is probably a different slang. For now, this is old school, man.
Well, mixed with a little new school because she doesn't really look the same.
No, but there's Joe. I'm saying that obviously you see that there's hashtag Sega in there. Earthworm Jim, that's who this is. So if you're a young kid and you don't know who that is,
I forgot the back of her head.
But that's alright though. I think this is part of what the drawing process is. Not all of it's not supposed to be perfect.
That's the second one, Kevin. Because her hand's not even in this one.
Yeah.
This was the rough draft.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I think that it's good to throw things like this in there because
I'm pretty sure you still have the updated one.
As an artist, a lot of people, I think, when you're beginning, and again, I equate this to writing. I don't draw things, but when you're starting out and you go on these people's Instagram pages or you go to their YouTube channels and you see all this well done work, a lot of people don't go back and show you how they began to do this shit. They just show you a finished product of look at how awesome I am.
I know. And they don't like I did it in one shot, with one hand motion.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. There's enough ripped out paper in this house to rebuild a couple of trees, dude.
Well, that's why I stopped ripping them out. I just kept them in there.
This one is now you're gonna see throughout this thing a lot of Halloween style shit.
But that's just how I like to draw some things.
This one is a little bit blurry. That's my shoddy camera work, but you can see that these are supposed to be skeletons, and the hands that are coming to grab her while she's sleeping.
By using the mouse.
That is right. Here, there's a hand, and here there's a hand. I don't think you were sure if you wanted to keep them 100% or not.
No, I think they actually have them. In there. I just don't know what book it is. You got a lot of books.
And then you can see the facial work on this one was more so what the concentration was in this picture. But again, you can see how it starts out with this sketch, not really sure where it's going to go, and then once she decides where she wants to take it, you can see the lines being a little more defined.
And here's the updated.
Yeah, alright, so keep that out. And I can always hop back into the thing and put the camera on so we can show them what it looks like now. Well, you know what? Let me go back to that. This is, again, work in progress, man. Notice that how there's not as many likes on this one as there is on the other ones, but this is for people who are just starting out to do shit so that you can see it doesn't all happen overnight. You know, there's a lot of problem with that. Like, I know I said that before.
And most of the time, he just likes to grab my stuff after I start doing line work, and then go to the bathroom or have a cigarette, and then he will just start taking pictures of it, and then I come out or I come back in from outside, and my neighbors hear us arguing. Not really, but it's like why you keep on grabbing my artwork? It's not done yet.
You know, this is pretty cool. I think the way that I get, some of this is done lightly intentionally, right?
Yes, and the pose. It was it's another. This one is another Google one pose. Minus the horns. The face is on me. The shape of the boobs. Tiny the waist, long fingers. Basically, it's me, but with the Google inspiration that I seen. Same with that.
Oh, yeah, and then this, obviously, you should be able to recognize who this is. Is Freddy Krueger. I mean, it's done on a smaller piece of paper, so everything had to be kind of compacted in. I know that you love and hate this at the same time.
Oh yeah, because this eye is on proportion, and it's totally weird. The hat too, because here's the back of his head, but then the hat is too tiny. But it's like whatever. If you don't know what you're looking for, then you won't notice. And his gums too.
But I get some really nice comments from people, so shout out to the guys like WeJack.com who take the time to like and comment on pictures. That's really important to get feedback when you're doing projects like this to make sure that you're heading in the right direction.
And especially when I am self-taught, I look on these feedbacks.
Well, I'm going to get into that a little bit. You hate that though. She's making a face. You can't see it, but she just rolled her eyes at her own photo. Like, ugh.
Yeah, it is. But that's alright. It just shows people can have bad moments, and it's always good to just get your idea out. This was another contest. Well, this was the first time I tried to enter into drawing with Jezzer. This was like 2 Christmases ago.
Yeah,
there was
2016.
a gangster clause.
No, it was, yeah, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a gangster clause. I think that you had to make Santa menacing in some kind of way,
or being like a gangster, and then not like really like being a gangster, but you could make it. You had to switch Santa up, I think. So I did the gangsters, and a little thug being Santa with pit bulls. I should have. I should have made them better, but I didn't even get this in the right amount of time because you could see that it wasn't done.
Koi fish, right? That's what those are. I think that's what they're called.
I've done so many of these.
It might be a koi and a beta fish together.
I have like 8 versions of these because of those guy dang fins. Yeah, the ones on the back.
Well, yeah. If you're not fully aware what she's talking about, she means these right here.
The dorsal fin? Oh.
Well, that's on a dolphin. I don't know
Yeah,
what the hell
no.
they're called on a fish. They're just more for color and work.
Middle school. Wait, because I think it was a coloring book, but no, I redid the coloring book, and then I colored in my own drawing. That one is also an updated version in there too.
Okay, well, let's find a picture to rest this on for a minute. Because while we do that, oh shit, better go past that.
Oh, what about the?
Here we go. This is the phone cases that were talked about earlier.
That kind of looks like he's holding a 40.
These actually are made completely out of hot glue.
If you can't see the wiggles.
So, do you want to explain how something like this is done? If somebody at home wants to attempt it, or do you think it would be better for them to just look up a YouTube tutorial?
Well, yeah, I was looking on cheap ways how to, do phone cases. I tried. I'm gonna get made fun of on this channel, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Caulk.
Close enough. Yeah, I think that's as close as you've ever said it.
There's some type of caulk that you can use with soap, and you have to like mix it underneath the soap, to turn it into some type of clay where it could be flexible. And I was like, I don't have that type of money, so I'm just going to see if there's any hot glue ones and like how to do it safely, because I'm like, I'll just take out my battery, and I'll put plastic around it.
Alright, so just so that.
But yeah, put plastic, tape it, but always take out your battery. And if you're underage, make sure you have an adult supervising you.
But
and don't touch the metal hut part and burn yourself.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. What I was gonna say though was.
And you can cut that out. I know I rambled.
That's alright. Don't worry about it. I like the rawness of this, like how Joey Diaz does the church of what's happening now. See, I can't talk either.
Well,
but
no,
it doesn't matter.
He doesn't get anxiety around spot.
I'm sure that he does. We wouldn't know. He's so tanked up on edibles. But if you don't know who that is, go on Netflix, go on YouTube. The Netflix is The Degenerates for a stand-up special that he just did in October, and the YouTube is his podcast. See what I'm talking about? How they have helicopters going by and cop cars and ambulances and all kinds of shit, and they just leave it in. They don't say anything.
I know they just
Oh
go,
shit!
ha,
What's
ha,
up, dude?
Who is it?
This fucking room.
I
don't know if you can you hear everything all right? It's on a delay. I'll check back in with you in a second. But so everybody knows, you do draw, obviously. We talked about a little bit briefly. I mentioned you mentioned rather,
myself.
The sweater that you made, which I'll look for that. Well, this is an example of that. Okay, cool. That's awesome. He said he can hear okay. Now, all right. I'm just going to obviously.
You gotta give them a little backstory.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. If you're looking at this, this looks like just a regular blanket
or quilt, or just like some type of hanging quilt.
Let me tell you something, man. Somebody that we know got an order in to do this project, and it was for, as you can see, New Jersey for the. I did what? What did I do? Was it not? Isn't what did I do? What did I do? I don't understand. What are you talking about? Hold on, guys. I'm not stopping it this time. I'm letting it run. Because every time my buddy says this to me, it means something bad is happening. What are you laughing at, bro? I'll call you. You think
Put him on the podcast.
you think I won't call you out? I'll put you on blast right up my channel, dude. What are you making fun of me for? But this is for the School of Deaf. They actually gave a T-shirt for the logo.
It was the girls' gym T-shirt and her favorite school tie.
Yeah, we gotta get into that story.
He probably heard you saying that you're gonna put him on blast. So he's like, fuck
Oh
you.
no, I said that's what he's laughing at me for. I said his name instead of the name. This is the name that I'm supposed to use. But okay.
We can cut it out.
Yeah, I could try to cut it out later, which, by the way, YouTube, if you happen to listen to this, and I know that you probably don't, that a computer goes through everything to make sure I'm not saying trigger words or whatever the hell it's called, but your design to help people cut things out sucks. Terribly sucks. I have looked up several videos from people and I can't find half of the damn things on the menu that they're pointing to, and I have the same exact version of YouTube that they got. By the way, my fault, Athena, I didn't mean to do that. But the reason, before I get completely off topic, the reason why this blanket was made was, like I said earlier, somebody got this in as a job to do and could not get it done. They had a week to do it, and they
didn't know how to do a quilt.
They took the job. They didn't know exactly what to do. So what wound up happening is literally.
And she was overbooked too.
24 hours, I think.
She was overbooked 48 hours. She couldn't get that needed to be done in less than 12 hours when she gave it to me.
Yeah, well, no,
and I spent, a little bit more than 12 hours because I spent that, since I got it, since I got it from the next morning, I had to give it to her at, I want to say crack of dawn. I had to give it to her.
Yeah, so basically what had happened was, like I said, the school gave this. It was in honor of a little girl that went to this school, because this particular school, even though it doesn't show the name of it, and I don't know the name off the top of my head.
And the pictures were done off of old school cameras.
The little girl that went to this school wound up passing away, unfortunately, I believe through a car accident or something like that.
She passed away in her sleep. She was sick. And they just thought that, it was like nothing. She was running a fever, but it had to do something with her ears. She had like some type of infection.
Yeah.
But she passed over.
And I'm not laughing at the girl. I'm laughing at how much of an idiot I am. But yeah, she passed, and this is actually made to be displayed at her funeral.
And I didn't pick out those patches. The mother did, because she said those were the colors. She gave me there's pink or purple butterflies on a couple of these quilt pieces.
Which obviously we can't retake the picture because it was given to the family the moment that it was done. Literally, there was no time to prep anything.
Oh, and the last minute, they had me sew on clear things. You can't see them.
Almost like
but
laminates.
there's 6 on right here, and I think 2 up here, 2 right here.
She's
and then
referring to
another.
this right here. They actually were
There's
made
a little reflection right there. Right there.
used for sleeves to put pictures in.
No, if anybody remembers the clear plastic that your grandparents used to put over on the sofas and the floors,
Yeah.
for a little walk area,
Yeah.
without the little stabby bits, basically that's what they gave us, to make for these picture holders, because they wanted to have it done at the last moment. So some of those are, vertical, and some of them are diagonal.
So this was displayed out at the viewing, I think.
Above, they wanted it hung too, so they could have it hung over the coffin.
And then this was the tie that she wore. The mother wanted that sewn in. So there's a bit of a backstory there. I didn't drop it on Instagram for obvious reasons, but I wanted to give it context while we're sitting here. And this is just to give you a little bit of background of what is possibly able to be done. And then there's the damn.
That was for my dog, Samora. She's a fox terrier miniature Eskimo, twice her size. Seba made it too small for my dog.
This was the setup originally in here. Obviously, it doesn't look like that now because we were planning on moving. Didn't go through yet, but mannequins to
one I refurbished
to measure everything out. I get because you can snap it on to different measurements for different sized people. So you would just set it all up on the table.
And 2 different mannequins for for a range of sizes, from petite to, extra large.
Wait, now this is something that will touch up more on the fashion end of this whole thing. This was actually a t-shirt originally. Now, hold on. Look, man, artists are messy. I live with one I know, so don't be ashamed of your game, man.
And it was just sewing the artwork.
These things that are on the hoodie,
were sleeves.
This part right here was sleeves. This was the front of the shirt.
We went out and bought fleece material.
And then this is the back of the shirt. So yeah, she bought gray fleece material.
And that's all pinned right there.
Yeah, this was when it was in the process of being worked on. So now we have the finished product.
How many times you stabbed yourself?
Oh, I hate that shit. Well, I almost just hit the wrong button and stopped the broadcasting. But I want to real quick.
Here, I'll move it when you tell me to.
Okay. Well, let me just.
I remember your head.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm going to put it on my lap first, so that I can show the difference in what it was to what it is now. Okay, so you can go ahead and move that. And let me pop this camera on real quick. And for those of you that don't know, right now the camera is blocked with a band-aid. If you're sitting at home and you have a webcam on your computer, block that damn thing, because you don't know who's going to be able to tap into that. If the guy that makes Facebook is going to block his webcam, obviously there's a good reason to do it. But you pop this thing on, in my ugly mug again. But this is what I wanted to show you. Obviously, this is what it looks like for the hood part that was the sleeves. And then you can see
that you didn't want nothing to be finished, hemmed or
no, I wanted this raw like this on purpose because I don't know if I'm going to change my mind. But as you can see, the zipper is not there anymore. After a few times of arguing with the zipper to try to get it to zip up and zip down. I got tired of that,
and zippers and you don't mix.
Yeah, I got tired of it, so I wanted to be able to throw this damn thing on whenever the hell I felt like throwing it on. So it makes it a lot easier that it's a pullover now, and just so I can show you guys what the inside looks like here. All of this is made with fleece material for the inside of it. As you can see, just standard gray material. Like, I don't care about any of the hemming spots or whatever the hell you would call it. But there you can see it a little bit more clearly, and then if we turn it around, you can see how this was used to. She removed the zipper and then just essentially sewed on a piece of fabric over where the zipper once was. So now there's none of that. It doesn't even look like there was a zipper at all on here.
And you wouldn't double pocket.
Be able to know, which that was the other thing I was just about to get into. I wanted to show you guys something that she had an idea for that I think is pretty cool.
But it could have been worked out better if it had enough material.
Let me scoot this chair back. Give me a second. Fight with this damn thing. Okay, so as you can see, a regular hoodie only has one end of the pocket where you can put stuff into. Gotta pull up my pants because I'm not trying to get flagged here. But this, if I can get it to show up on camera, it looks like it would be standard when you actually have it on. You have one pocket in the front.
It's like those Russian ham mitts.
And then in the back, there's a completely separate pocket. So just to illustrate what I'm talking about.
This one will go in the back pocket.
See, there's one phone in the back pocket. That's used for an MP3 player, so you could drop that in there.
Just to show them.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
And then that's my phone that is active right now. So if I'm walking around on the street and I'm playing music on my phone, I'm going to toss this on just so I can show you. If you sew and you're into doing something like this, if you have the idea, the cool thing about it is, look, I have it upside down, shaking it a little bit, and the phones aren't really falling out. I wouldn't really suggest doing that because you might break it. I have a nice size crack on my MP3 player phone, so don't really matter. But this was the point why I did this, because if I'm up and I'm walking around, I have music, I want to change the song, I go in the back pocket. If I have to answer a phone call, I go in the front pocket. And now I don't have to worry about juggling around in my pockets to pull out the right damn phone. And just so you can see, if you're able to see it, I don't think it will come up on the webcam, but this thing is cracked to death, man.
Here, you might need a flash on it.
Possibly. But that is a really awesome hoodie. I really enjoy it. Can you toss me my hat back? Behind you over there. Yeah. I'll keep my hoodie off for now. But that's a really awesome thing. Obviously. So you can see New York Jets. I'm fully aware of the fact that we have not gone to the playoffs in a long time, and we haven't won a Super Bowl since 1968. So, even though my team sucks every year, at least I can rock this outside, be warm, and then at the same time, it's a good way to advertise the art. Because when I walk around with it on, people want to know where the hell I got it from. So it's a good way to get that done. So, if somebody wants it, they can, get something done. If they purchase the material, it can be put together quite nice and at a decent time. But I'll go ahead and turn the camera off now and go back to screen sharing so I can, let me hide that. So now we're back on the Instagram page. Thanks for the people that popped in for a second and left. But that's what happens when I'm showing my ugly mug and not the artwork. They're like, what the hell is this shit? This is not what we signed up for. It says art. The hell am I looking at this dude's face for? But, I'm not going to go through everything on this just because I want to leave something for you guys to be able to go and discover for yourselves. But in the meantime, I know that you have a background in fashion, merchandising, and drawing. So
well, I didn't go to school for drawing.
yeah, I know. Well, yeah, just for fashion.
Only for fashion, yes.
So you went to a vocational school, or somebody is thinking about doing that,
3
even if
years.
they're in their 30s or 40s. How long did it take you?
Well, I got my diploma the first year, but that's because I was in 11th grade in high school when I finally went into the fashion merchandise. Because originally I got fucked out of it.
All right, so from start to finish, if somebody's
3 years,
gonna,
and I got 3 diplomas.
Okay, so you get a diploma, and it might cost you a few bucks to get in there.
A couple hundred, and that's even if because the fashion merchandise, it fills up pretty fast.
Now that's for where we are in our state, but it might be different in yours. But it just shows that you can go and still get it done. Doesn't matter.
And that's actually how I developed my bodies a lot more better.
Doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50. You can still go and do it.
Yes.
But I know that's not what the purpose of this video is for. Maybe in the future we can do something.
I went to fashion merchandise. There was a girl that stayed there for 10 years, after she graduated, but she got her first diploma, and the first diploma really doesn't mean anything because normally you get your first diploma. It normally has to take you 2 years for it, for a legit diplomacy in where I went. But I did take college courses on top of it, where I went to a college campus and took side courses. But I didn't have to pay for that one. But I would have normally had to. But the lady wanted me to go to her college, Burlington, Burlington or Birkdale College.
But you didn't go. But that's a whole different story, and there's underlying reasons why that happened, and we don't need to get into right this second. But you can see right here, people are putting numbers, and if you're wondering why that is, because there's picture 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you, I'm telling you, dude, don't get this POS on your computer because it's going to pop up constantly and just mess up everything that you're trying to do.
And you can't uninstall it. We tried.
Yeah, I just did it this morning. Yeah, it's still here. But if you want to vote on this, you can either hop over to the Instagram or you can leave in the comments of which picture you like better, because she put it out there. I put it on my personal Facebook page to try to get an idea of, so she can get an idea of which one that she wanted to draw, because she couldn't decide what to do. But it's been a toss up between
2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
But 3 without the cat, they said.
Yeah. So if you want to vote in on that, this is I think there's another one. Yeah, this is supposed to be me.
I didn't do any style for it. I found out that it looked like a certain type of artistic style that I wasn't shooting for. I was just looking at his photo and just doing it.
So this is kind of like a Grand Theft Auto style. At least that's what it reminds me of when I look at it. If you've seen the other video on this channel, my horrible gameplay of San Andreas, you can kind of see that this is almost, at least in my opinion, I think it kind of looks similar to that in a way.
Oh, that was the other hot glue thing.
Well, yeah, just so you can see it.
Helped my baby brother.
This is supposed to be Deadpool and made of hot glue. You know, there's a rough draft of, let's see which number that was.
4.
Yeah, rough draft at number 4. Again, you can see the full picture if you go over to Instagram if you want to check that out. That one don't really see, some of these don't come up very well on the computer, but these are separate pictures of a similar idea and different directions that they could take. I think this is pretty cool.
That was just from this summer.
The way that it's done. I mean, it was from the summer, but it was uploaded February 12th, as you can see. I'll go through a couple more of these before I get out of here, but these two things I wanted to show as well. And it's not just for the cat, but this was actually a cat bed that she made out of cardboard
box.
A cardboard box.
Thread. Or yarn.
And I think tissues were for the nose.
Tissue paper with tinfoil and caulk. You know, but it's not really caulk. It's some type of pet friendly stuff.
Alright, but that's basically you can.
Oh, okay.
Just I'm trying not
and
to.
And even the teeth. The teeth are actually the Dollar Tree caulk.
Okay, so I mean this is a DIY that can be made at home. I mean, maybe we should put it.
Our cat is just too big for it.
Yeah.
I had picked the biggest box that I could find because I knew that our cat, would be, really big because she has to use a tote for her litter box. To give you guys an example how big she is.
Yeah, she's a monster. Sucks. But this was done, no, I don't want to say easily, but with things that you can, for the most part, find around the house.
Or at the Dollar Tree.
And then the flash is kind of off. My camera is not really that good.
And that was at my mom's house.
But this was made out of
oil-based clay and tinfoil.
You can see it sticking out right there. Yeah.
Because Spencer kept on messing with it.
So,
and that was for his school project that he needed to make a wildlife habitat type thing.
So maybe in the future we'll put videos up on here. I'm not really sure where I wanted to take this channel yet, but I think that would be pretty cool to do. I think people are always interested in seeing stuff like that. And, it sucks that I don't have the one picture anymore of the portrait that you did. Somebody that we know wanted to have a nude photo drawn of her, and she actually posed for it, sent her the picture.
I think I might have it on mine still. I don't think I deleted it.
If you don't, I do, but she decided that she didn't want to have it posted up on Instagram anymore.
No, her boyfriend decided for her.
So we took it down out of respect for them.
Because of the job.
Nothing is, I mean, obviously the internet is permanent, but if you ask for something to get taken down, we will take it down. I'm not an asshole. But this one is again more Halloween style. This was done. I think this might be one of the only dates that is actually was done in October. But you can see the cartilage and tissue and all that stuff kind of sticking
I
out.
was just coloring it a little bit today.
Yeah, so there's gonna be updates. There's always new stuff that is being tossed up on this channel
And that's just a idea one.
on the Instagram. So you can definitely keep an eye out for that because I don't know what she's going to draw, and you know, whatever comes out comes out. So I just try to steal pictures whenever I can to post them up so I could try to get people interested in what she's doing. Maybe she can be able to start a mini type of career or something. I mean, obviously, I think this shit is done pretty well. People that we know have said it's done pretty
That's
well,
because we know them.
but it's difficult to get any type of attention going with how big the internet is. I mean, obviously, you can see there's only one person watching this right now. Who
I'm one
knows
person.
how many people are going to click on this later and watch it? Hopefully,
None.
the artwork will bring them here just for the sake of bringing more eyeballs to the Instagram page for your artwork. Because I don't know.
Well, did you label it, proper?
No, I didn't. I said it was a video of building houses and I'm showing people artwork. Yes, I labeled it properly. But this is what it is. Like I said, new
Or what
shit
it isn't.
new shit would always be coming out. There's not a set time. Like I know some people do things weekly, monthly, whatever. I don't do it like that only because I don't think that it's very art-like to try to rush a project out just to put it up on social media. I think that's kind of backwards to what the whole thing is. So, I just let it happen genuinely whenever it happens and post it up as we go.
Hopefully, I'll be doing something new with painting on my jeans or something like that,
And then,
or making a fairy house.
yeah. So, this was,
I think 2 days before Halloween.
yeah, something that was made out of clay.
Out of children clay. The Crayola air clay, the white one.
Yeah. So you can do stuff like this too if you want to edge out the eyes, the nostrils, and the mouth. You can use
Pencils. Pencils, sewing stuff.
yeah,
Because I don't have the sculpting tools. I just use what is around me.
yeah.
I
So
make my own bowen or boning knife, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's people use it to flatten down paper after folding it.
well, basically why I brought this up was just so that you can see that if you get this stuff, you can tinker around with it, and you don't need to have super expensive tools to get things done like this. A simple pencil just to carve out the eye holes and make nostril holes, or even maybe the eraser and to make a mouth. Which, granted, this is a very small thing, and it was just done to do it for the hell of it. But I mean, you can do so many different things with stuff like this. Pretty much can go anywhere that you want to take it. But she has a little bit of ADHD when it comes to artwork, so you know she has a tendency to pick up one thing and then drop it to go run with an idea that she has and go kind of back and forth with it. But you know, that's just the way that it is. That's how artists roll. So just to make sure we get the, 'the, 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 ' to do this, I was about to click it to turn the thing. Oh wait, that's right, I'm on Instagram, so I can do that. Oh man, nobody said I was bright. Nobody said I was bright. So this is done on an app. Uh, this one right here, Krita, not an app, a computer program that she used to draw this thing out. I mean, I don't know what you would call this, but it was just an idea that she threw together for Halloween, and then after she got the original concept down, she decided to throw some color to it, which the black hair, flashy colors, and kind of because it's on a computer screen, the flash doesn't really do the color too many favors, but you can see it's pretty cool. I don't know what you would call this damn thing. I mean, it is some kind of a monster in certain ways. I don't know if it's contributed to all the anime that she watches, coming up with wild ideas like this, but I figured, I'm sitting here doing nothing, so might as well try to get some eyeballs on this channel. Again, 104 posts on this Instagram page, man. And then this right here is my WordPress. If you decide you want to go check out a blog for whatever reason, but that's another video for another time. Um, this is the name of the channel. The link to the channel and the name of the channel are both in the description of this video. They should be. If they're not, I'll make sure that I add them, because I had to stop the first video prematurely because I got a phone call. Since we're up on the holidays, I had to make sure that I pick it up when it rings so we can plan out what's going on. But you'll be able to get here. Like I said, stuff is posted up all the time. You have 104 posts that you can go through. Follow if you want to follow. Like if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, I'm not sure where I want to take this thing yet. So I wouldn't I wouldn't get too hung up on the idea. Like, it's not necessarily an art channel. It's not necessarily a podcast channel. I'm thinking of doing a blending of things on here. This is the first channel that I have made. Technically, I've had this one for a long time, back in the early 2000s when I was messing around with Fruity Loops. So there's some beats up on there. And I'll actually go over to the channel real quick just to kind of show you what is happening here. Um, yeah, I just did a great job. Completely in the wrong spot. But, you know, I'm only doing this just to show you that we have a podcast up here. Well, I have a podcast up here that was done with a few other people. My buddy Athena, CRISPR, and I believe the other guy that was in was Nikolai. I might be wrong. If I got your name is messed up, I apologize. But if you want to go check that out, we never got to dark matter. I mean, we did dabble in other stuff. And then this video speaks for itself. My first stream, continuation, and some music that I have on here. I'm not saying that these are necessarily great, although I do really like this one. But that was just because of the clips that I used in that song, but you can click that and go check it out for yourself if you would feel inclined to do so. But anyway, I have been on, I don't even know how long now. Let's actually go and see what is happening here. Does it tell me how long we've been doing this for? No, it doesn't. We've been on here for a decent amount of time. But anyway, This is what it is. Figured I would just post something up for the Instagram page, show my YouTube page off a little bit, and see what you want to do. Check out what you want to check out. If you don't want to look at any of this and you never want to come back to this channel again, can't say that I necessarily disagree with you, but I would have to urge you to check out at least the Instagram page. There is stuff DIYs on here. This was done on a leather jacket, and it's blacklight, so that's pretty dope for Halloween. But yeah, so check it out, man. If you're an artist yourself, definitely drop some artwork in the comments on the Instagram or put a link in there somewhere so we can check it out. If you have an Instagram page, we love to see other artists' artwork. So, do all that stuff. This page is going to be around for a while. Not really sure where it's gonna go, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. But that's about it for this. If I can get back to the right damn page to stop broadcasting.
Maybe if we have crinkling of bottled water or plastic, we'll get some viewers, and then they can be like, whoa, get that bottled water away from that bike. Stop crinkling the paper.
Yeah, really.
Because if we don't do it, then nobody will come.
Yeah, but I might be back on here later tonight if I can come up with an idea for a hangout. But if you're into that, what?
Or if they have an idea for a hangout.
Yeah, drop it in the comments, man. If there's something that you want to talk about, you can always pop over in the chat.
Or our idea.
Yeah, our ideas, all that shit, man. Like I just said, I was telling them that, we like to look at other artists' artwork and check out their stuff. So, definitely do that. I don't think enough people rely on one another in the art community or many other communities for that matter. I see a lot of Instagram pages where somebody will follow me and I'm like, oh cool, there's a new artist that I can show her, maybe they can collaborate on something.
I get naked artists, they only do naked artwork, where they take naked photos of people in positions or in a pose. And like it's stuff that I can't really, have on my chat or on my Instagram because I have young kids, and like I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, well, I can put it up on mine. I mean, I don't. It is what it is. I kind of look at it as just it's an expression of art. People are gonna draw wild shit as long as it's not too crazy. It shouldn't be
like that one artist guy, that's naked in front of his canvas.
Yeah, there's a lot of that on Instagram. If you're gonna go looking around in the artwork, just if you got kids around, make sure you tilt that phone because you might come across some stuff you'll be surprised to see. I don't know what their guidelines are, but I guess if it's under the guise of art, they can pretty much post whatever they like. I guess as long as it's not intercepting into another person, or however is a nice way to say that. But yeah, dude, this is what it is. So we might be back on here later today to do a hangout. If you have suggestion for a topic, if you want to start a hangout, if you
want to debate with Kevin,
about anything, it doesn't matter what it is. I love talking to people that I disagree with.
Who are you kidding? You love just debating. You love arguing with people. What are you talking about?
It's a fun thing to do. I don't think enough people do that anymore. So, that is definitely on the table as well. And then, if you
play games.
Like I said, if you want to get something drawn up or whatever, maybe you're another artist out there, you want to get some feedback from somebody's artwork that you do like, you can definitely drop that in the comments also. We're not I have the tendency to be rude. She is a lot more nice than I am. So, it doesn't matter if you're beginning or if you've been drawing for 20 years. We don't necessarily put anybody over anybody else. But I appreciate all of the 2 people or 3 people that showed up to watch this while it was happening. Hopefully, some of you guys check this out later on, trying to get the word out for artists. If you know an artist and they're trying to put something out there, do what you can on social media to try to push them out. Retweet their stuff, throw it on your Facebook, put it up on
or
YouTube.
have them hit you up, and then maybe you guys can, do like some art thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, man, help the people that you know, because there's only a select few out there that I think happen to get really big. There's a lot of Instagram channels where people are taking other people's photos.
And if anybody knows how to make an Amazon Fire tablet into like a drawing tablet where I can hook it up to my PC and use it as I think it's called a Wycombe, then let us know, because I'll be interested in hearing how to do that.
Yeah, definitely. So this is what it is. I'm going to end this now. If you like videos like this and you want to see more art in the future, if you want her to go digging into her sketchbook so she could show you some stuff that she has that is not up on Instagram yet,
or us walking our cat, with her big old,
titties.
Yep.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yes, it is. Yes, they do.
No, they don't. They definitely don't.
They look like balls.
But yeah, let us know so we can have an idea of what to do, because I can have her on every once in a while to show off her artwork. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. But I'm saying, so that people don't think that I'm trying to steal your art and claim it as my own. I don't draw any of this stuff. I am not the talented one in this house.
Maybe you should show a little bit of the drawings that I helped you.
Or maybe
like the other Earthworm gems.
Maybe in the next video we should do is we could pick a picture and you will draw it and I will draw it, and then we could both put up the picture to the camera so you can see the difference between somebody that can draw and somebody that can't draw. I think that would be kind of funny to do. But anyway, man.
Guidelines or without guidelines?
I don't even know what that is. Which is the perfect way to just end this, man. You can explain to me when I get off here. I'm sure nobody wants to hear me rambling on. But alright, man. Appreciate the support for those of you that are out there. Again, one last time, if you like what you see, hit the Instagram, like on the video, and drop your ideas. If you want to tell me to go fuck myself, I am open to that. Hit me up. I am bored with nothing to do. Looking to start something. Give my life some meaning.
You should end it.